Okay. So tonight we are going to be talking about eyebrows.
These pappies.
Yeah, those gorgeous brows. And how it's helped us communicate better in our marriage. So when I was younger, I have always just been a curious person, and my mom told me a lot when I was younger that I was intense when I asked people questions, and I didn't know why I was intense, but I just always thought I was a curious person. And sometimes when I'd ask people questions, they would get really defensive, and I didn't understand why. And I just thought, why do people get so defensive when I ask questions? Jeez, like, calm down.
And fast forward to when we got married, this was a similar thing, me being the defensive one, where there would be just a random question that Catherine would answer or ask, and it would just be like random things like, hey, why'd you do that? Or why'd you do the laundry that way? Or why didn't you do the dishes? And probably valid point on that one. But I would get quickly defensive, and it bothered Catherine about, why do you get so defensive whenever I just ask a simple question?
Because I literally was just curious. I wasn't mad at him. I just literally wanted to know. I thought, that's so interesting. Why do you fold the laundry that way? I wasn't mad at all. And he would just start getting defensive, and it was strange. So fast forward a little bit more. I think I was about 30 years old, and I was in a college class. It was called Strategic Account Management. It was a sales class where basically they just taught you people skills and how to interact with people well. And the teacher one day talked about eyebrows, and he said how important it was when you're talking with people and when you're asking questions to have your eyebrows up. And he said when your eyebrows are down, they think you're mad. And I had this huge light bulb go off, and I realized I had been suffering from my eyebrows being down like my whole life.
She came home and she's like, Shane, we learned about this today. I was like, that is you. Every time you ask a question, it's, why'd you do that?
Yeah, but like, listen.
Why'd you do that?
Listen to the
Why'd
tone.
you do that?
Your tone can be the exact same. Like, why did you do that? And why did you do that? It's the same tone. Because, sometimes you hear people talk about, like, listen to your tone, like, make sure you have a nice tone when, you're talking to someone, or if you're whatever. But I had no idea that eyebrows played such a big part in this. And so this has
And she would ask all the time, like, what was it that I was doing that made... Because I would say, like, you came across as aggressive. Like, that's why I was defensive. And she's like, what about what I did was aggressive? I was like, it's your tone. Like, you just sound angry. And she's like, no, I said it exactly this way. I was like, yeah, that sounds exactly what you did there.
So he
was
thought,
aggressive.
He thought it was my tone, and I could hear myself, but I couldn't see myself. So I'd hear myself and think, no, that was a nice tone, but I didn't see my eyebrows. I was like, like, why'd you do that?
And we all suffer from this symptom.
Yeah, so it's something that we work on a lot, because people respond a lot to like what you look like when you're asking a question. And so he'll come home from work, or we'll get back together after like a long day, and sometimes I'll start asking a question about like, why are you late, or why didn't you respond to my text? And he'll tell me, eyebrows up. And I'll be like, oh yeah, why didn't you respond to my text? Because I'm curious. I'm really open to the idea that maybe something came up. Maybe he had a busy day. I'm not mad at him yet. Like, maybe I will be later. And I say it to him too. Like, just recently, he was asking me a question about something. We were talking, and I just kind of wanted to vent about something. And he said, you don't really seem like you're open to ideas. And I was like, eyebrows? And so he put his eyebrows up, and he's like, it doesn't seem like you're open to ideas. And I said, no, I'm not. I just want to vent. And
I think an important thing here is, like, the eyebrows being up and the facial expression behind it is really important. But it's also important to be able to tell each other, like, oh, hey, eyebrows up. Like, you're coming across in the wrong way right now. and let's just tweak that up a little bit. And I think that's a really important part to communicating together, is being able to have quick course corrections when you feel that it's headed down the wrong path. And whether that's, hey, eyebrows up, you're coming across as aggressive, or something like, hey, be nice to me, like, that wasn't cool. Those are important things to be able to say to one another, and to not continue to be defensive about that, but to just acknowledge it and quickly pivot how you're acting in that, whether that's eyebrows or, oh, yep, I was mean, sorry, let's take a step back and let's continue the conversation.
And I think along the lines with that is saying like, hey, be nice to me. Something that we've said I think is a little bit maybe softer than like, hey, be nice to me, is we say like, we're not being nice to each other.
Yeah.
Even if you feel like the other person's the one that's not being nice, sometimes we've had to say that when things have gotten a little harder. Just like, hey, we're not being nice to each other, let's work on that, or something like that. Anyways, but like you said, I feel like I agree. It's really important to stand up for yourself. Say, hey, eyebrows up. or, you know, just sticking up for yourself when you're in those kind of conversations. So hopefully that helps, but it's helped us a lot. And maybe you don't have any eyebrow problems, but
if you're an eyebrow downer, put them up.
It's so nice. It is so much nicer. It is so much nicer. See? It's so much nicer. But yeah, that's our video for today.
Yeah.
Okay, see ya. Bye.